Manta Math, and I'm going to show you how to do Algebra 1, Chapter 2, Solving Equations, Section 2.4, Solving Equations with Variables on Both Sides. So let's get started. So solving equations with variables on both sides. Let's do an example first of all. So 5x minus 34 equals 14x plus 2. Again, we can see a 5x on this side and a 14x. And what we want to do is take the smaller number away from the bigger value. So we want to subtract 5x from both sides of the equation, from our x values. And this cancels out, and we're left with negative 34 equals 14x minus 5x gives you 9x. And bring down our plus 2. We want to keep this 9x on this side, so we have to do something to this plus 2. The opposite of addition is subtraction, so subtract 2 from both sides. This cancels out, and we're left with 9x equals negative 36. Then you want to divide both sides by 9 to get x by itself. This cancels out, and x equals negative 4. Again, if you want to, you can check your answer by plugging in. So 5 times negative 4 minus 34 equals 14 times negative 4 plus 2. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20 minus 34, and 14 times negative 4 is negative 56 plus 2. So this left side simplifies down to negative 54, and so does the right side to negative 54. So our answer is correct. You can also be given a word problem. So in this example, it takes a dress designer 8.5 hours to make a dress by hand. Using a sewing machine, the designer can make a dress in 2.25 hours, but it takes 25 hours to learn how to use the machine effectively. How many dresses would the designer have to make in order to save time using the new software? So we know that the current dress time equals the machine dress time plus the time to learn the machine. And just on a side note, we know that D, our variable, is going to be dress. Okay, so the current dress time is 8.5 D dresses equals the machine dress time is 2.25 D plus the time to learn machine is 25 hours. Again, we can see an 8.5 D on this side and a 2.25 D on this side. We want to take the smaller number away from the bigger number, so subtract 2.25 D from both sides of the equation. This cancels out on your right side. And 8.5 D minus 2.25 D is 6.25 D and equals 25. We want to get D by itself, so divide both sides by 6.25. This cancels out on our left side and leaves us with D equals 4. So it would take the dress designer the same amount of time to make 4 dresses using either method, and the designer must make 5 or more dresses with the machine in order to save time. So that's something to keep in mind. Another topic is solving equations with grouping symbols. So you can go back and watch another video about distributive property. If you already know how to do that, then just follow along. But we're going to distribute the 8 to the 3x and the minus 7. And on the right side, distribute the 2 to the 4x and the plus 16. So 8 times 3x is 24x, minus 8 times negative 7, which is minus 56, equals 2 times our 4x is 8x, and 2 times our plus 16 is plus 32. We see a 24x and an 8x, and we want to get them all into one side. 8 is obviously our smaller number, so subtract 8x from both sides. This cancels out here. So 24x minus 8x gives you 16x minus 56 equals our 32. We want to add 56 to both sides to get the x by itself. That cancels out here, and we're left with 16x equals, and 32 plus 56 is 88. We're going to get this as a single x, so divide by 16 on both sides. This cancels out on the left side, and x equals, and you can simplify this down to 11/2. There are also identities with no solutions. So in this example, 12x plus 40 equals 4 times 3x plus 10. So you can see that we can distribute on the right side of the equation, and we're left with 12x plus 40 equals 4 times 3x is 12x, and 4 times plus 10 is plus 40. So the left side equals the right side, and so you can just say that this is always true. And there are also infinitely many solutions because it's always true. Okay, in our next example, 13x minus 22 equals negative 5x plus 14 plus 18x. We can see that we can combine these two terms. And so rewriting our equation, 13x minus 22 equals negative 5x plus 18x is 13x plus our 14 once we bring it down. We can see 13x and 13x on both sides. And if we were to subtract it from any side to the other, this cancels out on both sides and we're left with negative 22 equals 14. Obviously, negative 22 never equals 14, and so this will have no solutions. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can find more lessons by clicking on the videos at the right of your screen. And if you have any math-related questions, feel free to send me an email at eleanor@mantamath.com, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. See you next time.